Picture this. You've spent 30 years doing everything you were supposed to, showing up, saving when you could, contributing to your 401k, maybe not as much as you wanted, but something. And somewhere in the back of your mind, there's a quiet confidence that says, I'm on track. I should be fine. And then, one day, maybe from a conversation with a financial advisor, maybe just from running a few numbers on your own, you realize something is off. The gap between where you are and where you need to be is bigger than you thought, not because you did nothing, but because of one specific mistake, a mistake so common that most financial content never even mentions it, a mistake that looks completely reasonable from the outside right up until the moment you see what it actually costs. For the average person approaching retirement, that mistake carries a price tag of over $200,000. And the frustrating part? Most people who make it never find out they made it at all. Today, we're going to change that. The mistake is this: treating your retirement savings and your Social Security benefit as two completely separate decisions. Here's the setup. Most people look at their savings and ask, is this enough? And then, separately, they think about Social Security. They know it's coming, they have a vague sense of what it pays, and they assume they'll figure out the details closer to the time. The problem is that these two things are not separate. The age at which you claim Social Security has a direct, permanent effect on how much your savings need to cover. And when people make that claiming decision without understanding the connection, they often make a choice that costs them far more than they ever realized. Let's make this concrete. The full retirement age for most people today is 67. If you claim at 67, you get your full benefit, let's say $1,800 a month, which is close to the current average. If you claim at 62, the earliest you can claim and the most popular claiming age in the United States, your benefit is permanently reduced by up to 30%. That same $1,800 becomes around $1,260 a month, every single month for the rest of your life. If you wait until 70, your benefit increases by 8% for every year you delay past 67, so that $1,800 becomes roughly $2,232 a month. That's a monthly difference of nearly $1,000 between the earliest and latest claiming age, almost $12,000 a year, for life. Run that over a 20-year retirement, and the gap between claiming at 62 versus 70 is close to $230,000 in total lifetime income. That is the $200,000 mistake, and most people make it not because they're careless, but because nobody ever connected these two decisions in a way that made the real trade-off clear. So why does this keep happening? The most common reason is what I call the break-even trap. People think, what if I die early? If I claim at 62 and die at 70, I collected 8 years of payments I would have missed by waiting. It's a reasonable concern, but here's the problem with that logic. The break-even point, the age where the total lifetime benefit of waiting surpasses the total of claiming early, is roughly 79 to 81 for most people. The current average life expectancy for someone who reaches 65 in the United States is about 85 for women and 82 for men, which means the statistical majority of people will live past that break-even point. The instinct to claim early as a hedge against dying young is, for most people, a bet they will statistically lose. The second reason is present bias. When you're 62 and can start receiving $1,260 a month right now, that money feels real and immediate. The $2,200 a month you could receive at 70 feels abstract, 8 years away, hypothetical. Recognizing that psychological pull is the first step to making a decision based on your actual long-term interest. The third reason is savings anxiety. Someone in their early 60s watches their balance shrink every month they're not working and wants any income stream started as fast as possible. What most people don't realize is that the better move in many cases is the opposite. Draw down savings early and delay Social Security, locking in a higher lifetime income stream. But watching your balance drop while waiting for a bigger benefit years away is psychologically brutal, even when the math is clearly better. Let's run one specific scenario so this becomes real. Someone we'll call David is 62, has $500,000 saved, and his full Social Security benefit at 67 would be $1,900 a month. In option A, David claims at 62. His benefit drops to about $1,330 a month, and he pulls a smaller amount from savings each month. Feels safer. In option B, David waits until 67. He draws more heavily from savings for 5 years, his balance drops, and then Social Security kicks in at $1,900 a month, and he needs far less from savings going forward. Run both scenarios to age 85, and option B leaves David with roughly $180,000 more in total lifetime wealth. The early years of drawing down hurt to look at. The math over a full retirement is not close. And for couples, this gets even more important. When one spouse dies, the surviving spouse receives the higher of the two Social Security benefits permanently, which means if the higher earner in the household claimed early and locked in a reduced benefit, the surviving spouse lives on that reduced amount for the rest of their life. For couples, this isn't just a personal decision, it's a decision about the financial security of whoever lives longest. So, what should you actually do? Start by getting your real numbers. Go to ssa.gov, create a free account, and look up your personalized benefit estimate at 62, 67, and 70 based on your actual earnings history. This takes 10 minutes and is one of the most valuable things you can do for your retirement plan. Then run the break-even calculation for your specific situation. Know the age you need to reach for the delayed strategy to pay off, and honestly assess whether your health and family history make that likely. If you're married, model the survivor benefit scenarios. What would your spouse receive under each claiming strategy if you passed away at different ages? That one exercise changes the math for most couples significantly. And don't make this decision in isolation from the rest of your plan. The right Social Security strategy depends on your savings, your health, your other income sources, and your spending needs. What works for someone with $1.5 million saved may be completely wrong for someone with $350,000. The reason this mistake is so common isn't that people are careless, it's that nobody ever connected these two decisions in a way that made the real trade-off clear. You now know what most people don't. Social Security isn't just a benefit you collect, it's a decision you make, a permanent one. And unlike most financial mistakes, this one doesn't give you a second chance to get it right. Take the time, run the numbers. We'll see you in the next one.